Hey guys, I'm Oskip. It's been a while, but I thought I'd ease back into things with this little build. Recently, Minecraft has had a surge of popularity, especially with Pewdiepie starting up his own survival series. Now, I'm sure you've already recognised it, but the build that you can currently see is the Japanese house that he makes for his dog Sven. While watching his playthrough of him building, it really inspired me to get back into Minecraft and begin working on another project. I thought it'd be fun to recreate the house in my own world, and, well, one thing led to another, and I ended up getting carried away and turned this into a transformation build. But let's start from the beginning. I started by trying to find a similar landscape that he used that included the savanna biome. Now, it's been so long since I've touch worlded it that it took me a little while to get used to it and some of the commands again. But eventually I got the hang of it and quickly terraformed the area and smoothed it out to make it easier to build on. For this build, I was able to upgrade all the mods and plugins working on the newest update, 1.14. This meant I was able to take advantage of some of the new blocks and implement them into this build. I built out the little dock and walkway and then started placing in some landmarks and getting the design of the front of the house down. This would give me a basis to work from for the future foundations. Once done with the front, I went inside the building and recreated the interior design of the house as well, including his bed and storage chests. It was at this point that I realised I underestimated how big this house was and continued to terraform out the back further, pushing back the terrain and allowing more space. I started adding lanterns and glowstones surrounded with banners to the front of the house, and later changed the two banners at the very front so that they had the yellow dot design on them as well to match. I started building the roof design, which turned out to be the hardest part to replicate, as there wasn't ever any good angles I could get from the footage that showed the layout properly. Instead, I just had to wing it and get as close as I could to it. I added some banners to act like curtains at the back of the house, and then finished off the terraforming and proceeded to add grass and trees to the environment around, including a scattering of lanterns. And this was my recreation of Sven's house. I genuinely liked the building that Felix produced and the small features that he had put into it, such as the banners and the trapdoors on the walls. I wanted to take his concept and develop it further while trying to retain some of the key features that he put into it. I began by looking at some references I could find online until I found a design that I liked. I started by cutting off the rooftop entirely and moving it to the side. I then raised the entire building a tad and started creating a different style staircase. I did have to bring the building in by one to give it a centre block to work off of, and then instead of having it built on stilts, I gave it an underlying wall. This was when I started playing around with the design a little bit. I changed out some of the planks for logs and added a window at the front. I added fence gates into the banister to create this wavy effect, and positioned the entrance in the middle. I then tried to get an idea for the shape of the roof. It was at this point that I decided I wanted to ditch and redesign the walkway area to bring the whole house forward closer to the water's edge. I used the same wavy design for the banister and then finished up the decking. I had a lot of dead space on the left of the building, so I decided to bring the top walkway out forwards to create a balcony while sticking to the same design. Now coming over to the side of the house, I use a lot of those trapdoors on the walls to create that design and add in another window. Back to the front of the house, I began working on the roof design. I knew that I wanted it to go up another level, so I measured it out and brought the middle section of the house up taller. Ignoring the alpacas below, I wanted to keep an open balcony that Felix had in his design, with a few alterations. I added a sloped roof above it and then added in some wooden support beams as well. I worked on the final section of the roof on the top building, mimicking the same design that I had down below to create that peaked roof with the same wooden features. Finally, it was time to go back and place the lanterns and banners around the house. I decided to change out the glowstone that Felix used for some redstone lamps, as I felt they fit the style better. And again, doing the same as I did before by adding trees and grass and scattering in some lanterns around to light up the garden and the path. And this is what it turned out like. So that pretty much wraps things up for this build. It may not have been as crazy as some of the previous builds that I've worked on, but I thought it would be a fun little project to get back into things, and Felix really inspired me, as I've never really done anything in this Japanese style before, and I thought it would be interesting to do. Also, I know I've mentioned it in the comments and on the community page, but I wanted to show my gratitude and say thank you for the support that I've been getting these past few months on some of the builds that I've produced. We hit my first 1 million views on a video ever, which is still just insane to me, and the Infinity War build isn't even too far from that either, so maybe we'll see what happens in the future. To all of the new subscribers watching now, thank you for sticking around, and let me know down below what you'd like to see me build next. I was planning on doing something endgame related, but let me know what you want. Aside from that, I hope that you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next build. Bye!